Welcome to Musician Species, Garage by Tool. Let's break it down. So, if ever there was a song where you could say it's in 5, this is it. It's got 5/16, 5/8, and 5/4. Some of it will depend on how you look at it. So let's see what's going on. Let's chop it. So, the song begins with 5/16, 3/2 pattern. So tag-a-da-doom, 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 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2, right? But sing it tag-a-da-doom or something like that because it feels more natural to do that. It's the rhythm that Danny Carey is playing at the times. So here we go. Check it out. Tag-a-da-doom, 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 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2, tag-a-da-doom, tag-a-da-doom, right? Now, you could argue whether this is 5/8, 1 2 3 4 5, tag-a-da-doom, 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 like basically subdivided 5/8 with two identical patterns of 5/16. The problem with those, as I talk about on this channel, is basically when you have two identical patterns of 5/16 within 5/8 and they fit, obviously, it's like playing two bars of 5/16. So it's debatable. It depends how you look at it. You know, if you're the bass player playing this song, da 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 da, your phrase is like 2 bars of 5/16 long. So then you could say maybe it's better if I see it as a 1 bar of 5/8, right? So it's up to you. Both things are in there. It really depends on what's comfortable and how you want to interpret it. But the drums, they are playing the 5/16 pattern, tag-a-da-doom, tag-a-da-doom, right? So listen to it one more time. Tag-a-da-doom, 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 tag-a-da-doom. 1 2 3 4 5. 1 2 3 4 5. That works too, you know. Especially here. It's like a 2-bar phrase. If you look at it as 5/16, you got 2 bars of 5/16 creating this phrase. And definitely 5/16, because it's the same thing. Okay? And so on. Now, when the vocals come in, that's when things change. They go into a 5/4 rhythm because it fits in 5/4, right? Underneath, you have still 5/16 on the drums happening, and this all works out perfectly because 1 bar of 5/4, 2 bars of 5/8, and then 4 bars of 5/16. So however many times this all repeats and how you look at it, it's always going to be 2 bars of something, 1 bar of something, or 4 bars of something, 2 bars of something else, 1 bar of, in this case, 5/4, right? So it just goes in increments. It's all 5, so it makes perfect sense. You can see it any way you want. So here we go. This is the verse, or the chorus even. That's what makes sense to me, right? I don't know how the guys from Tool count it. This is my take on it. Either way, it seems pretty obvious and useful to count 1 2 3 4 5. It almost like slows down. It opens up. It doesn't slow down. Obviously, it opens up. Now, the next part, the hits that Danny Carey's playing on the drums, they have pattern on the bass drum that's changing. So the way you count it, you would still have 2 bars of 5/4, but really something else makes sense, more sense. Anyway, check it out. 5 and the 1 2 3 4 5, right? That makes sense mathematically, but musically speaking, let's see. So, musically speaking, the way he plays in there is like 2 bars of 4/4 and 1 bar of 2/4, right? So 2 bars of 4/4 is like 8 quarter notes plus 2 more, that's 10. That's 2 bars of 5/4. Counting to 5 can almost get you lost, and you don't want that, right? So check it out. 8 notes, triplets, 16 triplets. Right? Okay? And then this part on the bass. I would say 5/4. 1 2 3 4 5. Then, you know. Now, here comes maybe this is the verse, you know. This is not the band for choruses and verses necessarily always. Now, check this out. This part is really cool. It's in 5/4, but there's a subdivision going on that changes the pulse of this 5/4, which is really, really cool. Subdivisions are always a good thing to use because they morph the time signature into something else. You know, you stay in it, but really it feels like something else, but you're still in it. So it's like this game of back and forth. It's like a good tease, you know what I mean? You want that in music. So it goes like this. This. Ba, 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 ba. As in 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2. So this is 5/4 subdivided in its first order subdivision, which is the 8th note. Okay, so that's what makes it feel even more odd. If 5/4 is not odd enough for you, subdividing it is the next level. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2. If I do it like this with a solid quarter pulse, it's like it's okay, you know, but it's not really. It doesn't have that charm. You want that drag, you want that hang. Now the way they play it, there's a bit more intricacy in that subdivision, but that's the idea. Another thing makes sense if you're a drummer. If you do it as a 5/8, your snare will fall on the 4th 8th note in both bars, right? So one more time. 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? The guitar is playing the vocal rhythm from before, but the whole vibe stays. This is a more solid 5/4 with that vocal rhythm from the first part when the vocals come in the song. And then it continues on with the guitar melody on top. It's more solid than the previous subdivided part that will come again. And then the vocal part on the cymbal. It's even more obvious. The 3, 3, 2, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Right? It's beautiful, man. I love this subdivision. It's really cool. It just makes the 5/4 so much more interesting. You know, you don't play just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, boom, you know. And then this hand, okay, that's 2 extra beats. So you have 5/4 going on, and then you have 2 more beats, like 2/4 when he belts out. So let's listen to that. 4th bar. 1, 2. Right, so it's an extra bar of 2/4 for that break. Now check this out with the drum fills. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so this part where the drums fills are happening and the guitar, you know, they have some breaks. It's 2 bars of 5/4, then a variation of what they had played in those 2 bars, but now you have 4/4 and 3/4. Same thing. 2nd bar of 5/4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. The next part that has that cymbal beat, right? That's where it gets even more interesting. There's a new subdivision going on. So it's still 5/4, but the way it's interpreted is now 4 8th notes, 3 8th notes, and then 3 and 3 on the 16th note level. Okay? You could say, yeah, well, that's still 3 8th notes, dude. Yes, it is, but that's only math. Musically, you have da-ga-da-da-ga-da, right? 3 and 3 16th notes. So you got 4, 3 on the 8th note level, 3, 3 on the 16th note level, right? So check this out. See, this is what it sounds like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I don't really do this 1, 2, 3 with a mouthful of numbers, you know? You gotta do rhythms, okay? You have to mimic rhythms because you're playing rhythms, right? Again, as I say before, you know, numbers, they're cognitive stuff. It's cool to use, to understand, to map things out, to write things down, or just see them, whatever, however you learn. But when you play grunts and all these words, rhythmic words, not actual words from a language, but rhythmic words. So, you know, in other words, they're not like lyrics of a song from your language you're playing with. You know, it's made up words, rhythmic words that mimic what is going on in the music. That's the level of musicality I think is necessary to to go beyond math of just numbers of the counts. That's why I'm never gonna, probably for me at least, say 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2. It's no, man. It's like, James Brown grunting his stuff. Michael Jackson, same thing, man. You got to do that. And then next thing, same thing. The solid 5/4 with that rhythm, but more choppy on the drums. Interpreted almost like as a unison, right? So it's a variation, which is really one of the beauties of this song, where the same thing reappears over and over, not just one of them, in different iterations, which is really cool. That's that's musicianship, man. That's creativity. I love that about this song. Okay, in this break, same thing, 3-3-2-2 on an eighth note level is happening again. I'm gonna play it from the beginning of this break. So 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 1. Right? But it's it's not in your face obvious. It's in there. It's in the air, right? You gotta feel the bass is emphasizing the drums a little bit, and with the cymbals or whatever, and the vocals too. Let this down, down. Right, that was my keyboard. So 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 1 2. It's creeping in. Right. So it all works out because fits within 5/4. It's all 5/4, but it's just different. These guys are singing and playing on the bass, on the drums. This subdivision 3-3-2-2. While the guitar is playing the other more solid, let's say more square, if you will, not that it's square, rhythm of the vocals from the beginning of the song. That was 5/4. So it's like layering off different interpretations of the same time signature. It's all rhythm in the end, dude, yeah, sure. But you have to have that kind of view on different levels to pivot around the time signature and see what's in there, what you could utilize, right? So yes, in the end, it's all simple once you know it, yeah. Same thing, 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 1 2, right? Yeah, all that guitar stuff follows that beat. And then the next thing that happens is this. The toms are again playing that rhythm from the verse, from the chorus, verse, whatever you call it in the beginning. While the guitar is maintaining the 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 1 2. Now in the bass re-intro, when it starts again, it's almost like the beginning of the song. It goes into rhythm that is very interesting. Check this out. So. Right, so it goes into, it has a 6/8 in there, right? If you looked at, this rhythm is 5/8, right? A 5/8 that has two patterns of 5/16 inside, okay? Then you would see the 6/8 that follows as right? 3/2 that still begins as a 5/16, which is cool, and then it changes up on you with a 3/2/2. So like a 7/16. So it's debatable, and it's a choice how you want to see this, right? If you see it as 7 bars of 5/16 and 1 bar of 7/16, or you could see it as a 5/8, and then the last bar would be 6/8 that has, so 5/8 in other words would be 3 bars, and then the 4th bar would be 6/8, which has the subdivision 3/2 3/2/2. Typically 6/8 is 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 2 3 4 5 6. That's the traditional way to see 6/8. But in this case, with the subdivision, it's like, does it sound like 6/8 that you're familiar with? Not at all. That's the beauty about subdivisions. However, you could see it as 5/16 and 7/16, in which case scrap 6/8. But it's up to you. I'm just giving you the options. So I'm gonna do both. we're back into the 5/16 intro. And now the percussion will come in with 5/4, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? So, right, you got 4 bars of 5/16, while on top you have 1 bar of 5/4. 20/16 notes within 5 quarter notes. Okay, so it all works out. This plays its own, very odd rhythm, while 5/4 being in a quarter pulse is much more, it's easier to process, but against this rhythm, it feels, everything feels off and yet comfortable because it fits. It's really weird. I love that, Like Vinnie Colaiuta did the same thing on a hi-hat as he was playing an offbeat in 5/8 on 7 Days, but he did the quarter note on top of the drum beat with the hi-hat. This is a similar thing. And the melody, the guitar, is following now the 5/4 that is happening on top. Okay, this, how do you get used to this rhythm? This right here. It's like, what is this? Okay, so what is happening is basically 5/16, 3/2, and then 2/3. So it's 2 bars of 3/2, 3/2, 2 bars of 2/3, 2/3 counts. Okay, 4 bars of 5/16. So it's like right. That's what's going on. Let's listen to it. And then I'll count it as the break comes in, so you can see that there's no weird longer wait or whatever. The rhythm still keeps going even as they hang on an accent. So here we go. And then the song ends with the same rhythm as the intro, but it's completely different interpretation. Yeah, same thing. Awesome. Absolutely beautiful. So this song, if there ever was that I'm aware of, of a song that can give you a breakdown of the 5, 5 everything, not almost everything, right? This would be it. There's so many layers. There's subdivisions. There is straight over weird, very odd. There's quarter, 8th, and 16th level going on. You have variations where the rhythms are more straight versus more chopped up and more unison-like, which happens when you use a subdivision or a specific rhythm to really just emphasize the rhythm as opposed to time, if you will, right? So this is a great example. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're not sure about 5/16, 5/8, whatever, watch my other videos. If you dig, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.